Hello, I'm Angel,
And I'm Kit.
and we're from Stratford, Ontario, and we're happy to be here on Manitoulin Island with Forrest, and we're going to take you on a tour of our camper. It's a recent conversion. It's a 2017 Ford Transit passenger wagon. We have affectionately named him Harrison Ford, and come on for a tour. So this is our kitchen area. We have a lot of our storage, and it pulls out for cooking as well. So we basically just put our camp stove on top of here for cooking, and it works out very well. And Jason, the guy who did our build, put some nice touches in. He did, as the handles, some H's for Harrison, so that's kind of a nice little touch to personalize it. This is a lot of our cooking. There's our dishes and first aid kit, just basic necessities, pots and pans and things like that. And our tools we kind of keep in here, things that an axe and hammer and different things that we might need along the way.
So what made you want to do an outdoor kitchen like this?
Well, it just the space inside, having a really great sleeping space was important to us. So, and being 6 feet tall, a lot of people in these models do the bed going this way so you can sleep. It gives you more space. But being so tall, we needed to do the bed this way. So it needed our kitchen area needed to be more utilized in an outdoor space as opposed to an indoor space. So it works, but it works great for what we need it to do. It does have running water. It's hooked up to the auxiliary battery as well. There's only one battery in at this point, but we did set it up so it has future growth if we want. I do want to have an outlet put in and eventually have some space for indoor cooking as well. So when we're driving, it charges the auxiliary battery as well. So he's done all the wiring hooked up to the main battery, but it charges it while we drive. Basically, we just use it for cooking, washing, things like that. We do have drinking water as well, so yeah. So we have purchased a couple of these outdoor showers to have a outdoor shower experience along the road if the situation feels appropriate. So our experience so far, being kind of young travelers, is that we're doing a little bit of both camping in campgrounds so that we have facilities to be able to shower in along the way, but also doing some wild camping and boondocking as well. So if we need to, we can do a quick cleanup and outdoor shower along the way. So we have all of our utensils basically, and again, more counter space is really nice for preparing, garbage bags, things like that in the back. And back here we have our cooler to keep all of our cold stuff. So these rollers, the gentleman who did our build, his name's Jason from London, he put, these rollers were actually $700. So they're really heavy duty rollers, so we don't even worry about leaning on it or cooking, nothing. It's not going anywhere to keep it. And because it's such a big pullout, it was really important to do really heavy duty rollers on it. So that was a really nice feature, so we don't have to worry about it toppling over on us. Also, with the price of plywood, he actually did this as solid oak. 3/4 inch plywood. We were a really active part of designing this with Jason based on our needs. So he took everything that we wanted to do as far as our travels and incorporated it because we want to be able to do some boondocking and things like that. So having everything that we need in the unit was important. And so it was me watching a lot of YouTube videos and what are other people doing. This is one build, one style of build. And he also has done a number of builds himself. So, and he's also a rock climber. So he's seen a lot of other builds along the way. So we were able to really collaborate and be a part of creating what is the beginnings of our camper. Just some camping chairs. We do also have a dining tent as well that we can set up when we're in a place that allows it. So come on in and we'll show you inside. So we have a few really cool features here as well. So this here will have the capacity to pull up into a table. So this section of wood pulls right up, and then we'll be cutting our mattress and making a cushion that will be removed, and we can have indoor dining as well. So it's an indoor table that we can utilize if it's raining. It's a separate piece of wood here that's actually split, and then we'll lift up into this compartment here into create a table. So we'll have a drop down stabilizing arm, and it will turn into a table as well. So that's something that's not quite done, but it's there and set up and ready to go. So inside we have a full queen size bed, so for lots of comfort, and it's got an 8-inch memory foam on it, which is fantastic for me and my travel needs. In this bin here we have, it actually is trifold. We keep our dry food in here. It's also a seat, and it also can convert into a table. So it works really great for us. And we've thought of little things to make it easier too, like having a little garbage bin. We also have a portable toilet, and so we have compartments for our clothes as well. Right here is clothes, and this area here is more for shoes, and it goes way back, so we've got some things tucked in behind for storage, and which works out fantastic. Extra sleeping bags and things like that, so it's great. And then we just have a drawer for regular utility stuff. We actually also created some netting to go on our doors, so we can keep the doors open and also have a nice breeze and keep the flies and mosquitoes and things out. So we actually have these for all the windows and for the back door as well, so it works really well. So this was a Canadian Tire $25 purchase that we just cut down to size. We measured the windows and we cut the netting. Basically it came as one big panel, and we cut it down so that we had more than enough to be able to cover all the windows. So we secure it to the metal frame by magnets, so it's easy to put up and take down. Yeah, so the toilet, when we're moving, we actually store it in this bin here, but just for the sake of the video, we pulled it out so we can show you that we do also have our own toilet. So off our auxiliary battery, we do want to run some lighting, but for now we've just plugged in some little lights that run on batteries that we use inside as well, and there's a couple in the back. And that's working out okay for this trip. In the future, we will have some lights put right in that will run right in our system and run off our auxiliary battery. We were going to have curtains made to go on the windows, but we actually found on a bunch of YouTube videos that this is Reflectix. So we've cut it to size of all the windows, so it actually helps insulate the vehicle and keep it cooler in the summer and warmer in the colder months. And then we just remove it when we want to travel, and then we do have coverings for all the windows, so it keeps it nice and dark, and it also keeps the sun out, so it keeps the temperature in the van actually down. So it's worked out very well. I think another cool feature we can actually at some point is put some fun material on top of this. Just glue it right on, just to make it a little homier. There are a few things that I've learned that I would like to be able to do inside the vehicle as well. So I'd like to have our tap system perhaps run inside the vehicle into a foldable table that we could put up and set up and take down, and have an electrical outlet running off of our auxiliary battery, and then have the ability to do an indoor electric burner, and having running water inside the vehicle would be really ideal. So that's something that I'm looking into for a possible upgrade at some point. But again, once you get out on the road, you learn these things. It's not until you really it's one thing to really design a build, and it's another thing to get in and experience it and live in it so this trip we're out for 2 weeks, and so we really wanted to work out the bugs and yeah, meet people like Forrest and along the way that can give us some pointers and learn how we can tweak it for more to be more practical in the future. So we decided to transition into a camper van after an East Coast trek 2 summers ago, where we were 2 months in a tent. Harrison was really dreamed up on that trip through talking to various people in different styles of campers, both pull-along trailers and camper vans and motorhomes. We wanted the ease of being able to just drive in and have our setup ready to go. with very minimal moving around really and setting up, and also be able to get around in a vehicle that could really fit in any parking lot. So after watching a lot of YouTube videos and really getting a feel for what was really going to meet our needs, we decided to go with the Transit passenger wagon. The nice thing about the Transit is that the passenger wagon is it didn't really require a lot of insulating, and like a lot of the cargo style vans, after talking with a number of people, you have to invest a lot in the initial setup because the cargo style vehicles are not actually insulated. So it's about the expense is a little higher on the onset with the passenger wagon, but everything is basically insulated, and you don't need to go through that process. So there's a lot of different ways you can do this build out, right? And depending on what your needs are, like a person who's living in their vehicle full time is going to need a little more luxuries than we would need as more of a weekend camper. But it was important for us to be able to both be able to stand up and also to be able to sit up in our bed. So in a shorter style box, you're confined to really feeling kind of closed in, whereas inside Harrison, there's so much room.
We're both, you're 5'11", I'm 5'12", so we're tall. And that makes a difference.
Yes.
Right?
And what are the benefits that you found with having this weekend camper?
Exploration has always been part of our lifestyle. We're hikers and we're social. We like to get out and meet people. So it was really about being able to have some comforts of home, and being up off the ground and being dry and really having a comfortable bed, and so it's more enticing to get out. It doesn't feel like as much work. A lot of what's in our build will stay in, as far as our utensils and things like that, so we won't need to be moving in and out a lot of things when we decide to go on another adventure, which is great. And yeah, so we wanted to really be able to get out and do more road trips and have these creature comforts with us.
Or bed with us.
When you think about going on an exotic trip, you're going to spend a fair amount of money. This definitely was an investment on the onset to purchase the vehicle and have it and do the build as well, because that was a financial investment. I look at it, it's like buying a piece of property almost. Hopefully the resale on it will be just as good as what it is when we purchased it, or not too much, and we'll be able to make a lot of memories. That's really what it was about for us, was being able to get out and live life even during a pandemic, which was a big deal for us, and because we love to travel. I sold my family business 2 years ago, and traveling was really where we were going. And because of the pandemic, we are not able to get on an airplane and travel with ease anymore. So this seemed like the best logical experience for us. So we decided to go with the camping experience and do this build, and really be able to take it on some longer road trips down the road, possibly into the States or what have you, once things feel a little better to travel during a pandemic. Absolutely, I would recommend it. I mean, the nice thing, I think van life is really taking on a life of its own right now. There's so many people out exploring and really wanting to have this experience, and connecting with other people on the road is really a thing I've noticed through some different groups that I'm a part of, van life groups, even both provincially and abroad, that people are connecting and sharing tips and really experiences, and really learning how to adapt. Out on the road is very different than home. There's different challenges, and so I think you really attain a lot of skills by doing this. Everything is more difficult. So making a cup of coffee is more difficult. Then you don't have the ease of everything, but it also brings a heap of rewards, because it pushes you out of your comfort zone, and oftentimes you're traveling and being able to experience things that you wouldn't necessarily do in your own hometown. And so just getting out and having that ease is amazing, and meeting meeting people that are doing the same. So I'm hoping that we can, take this from a weekend experience, or, like a few road trips here and there over the course of a summer, and really broaden it down the road. And from here, perhaps graduate into something a little different as we learn what our needs are on the road.
If you had to sum up, what would your personal philosophy on life be?
So in Costa Rica, they have a
Yeah,
saying,
that's a good
"Pura vida," and it means like the simple life, and just living life, like really grabbing a hold of every moment, and being curious, and open to meeting new people and talking to people, and really listening to what people have to say, because you can learn so much when you talk to people and the way they live, and this is just another venue for us to really get out and explore, and as we grow, and explore.
Sums it up. Just do it. If you're thinking about it and you're not sure, just give it a go and give it a try, and yeah, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. So yeah, that's what I would suggest.
Hey everybody, I'm Forrest the filmmaker, the person behind the video that you just watched. If you enjoyed that and want to check out more alternative dwellings, we have a playlist popping up that is all the episodes that we've ever done. There's van tours, tiny home tours, sailboats, off-grid, garden tours, all sorts of cool stuff, so check that out. We also release new episodes every single Monday at 8:30 Eastern time, and that's in the morning. And if you want to check out some curated things that I've done and some movies that I've actually made, you can check out a link below to Prime Video, and you can check out the reality of #vanlife, best friends, moments, and curated alternative dwellings. So check that out. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. We'll see you on the next episode.